This year will be the 14th year of the Attitude Awards, where we celebrate the achievements of people who live with disabilities and the community leaders and employers who support them. This week we take a look at some of the finalists.
Mum, give me the 2 bananas.
Bradley Lewis is living the entrepreneurial dream.
Hello everyone, welcome to Bradley's Canine Munchie.
For those who don't know, Bradley's Canine Munchies are seriously tasty dog treats.
I love dogs, I love baking. There's a shape of bone, dog bones.
Born with Down syndrome and autism, Bradley launched Canine Munchies after he lost his job as a volunteer kitchen hand.
He was under depression and on medications for a few months. I was quite concerned about Bradley's health. So we all sat down and had a wee plan. So we came up with idea baking and dog treats.
Once the treats get Snuggles' seal of approval,
He loves it.
Bradley's Canine Munchies are ready to hit the shelves.
His plan is to employ other children with disability and his business to go bigger.
Success is attitude.
Stay focused, never give up. I'm proud.
Gabrielle Wright was just 12 years old when a common cold changed her life forever.
My immune system overreacted to fighting off the cold and attacked my spine. And my condition is transverse myelitis, and it has left me paralysed from the waist down.
It was a life-changing event for a sporty kid who dreamed of representing New Zealand.
At first, I was extremely disappointed that I couldn't play netball again. My goal was to play for the Silver Ferns. But I looked at the positives and I changed my goals. I took an umpiring course and started umpiring, and I really enjoyed that because I actually get to be involved with playing the game.
With fresh belief in herself, Gabrielle has set herself a new goal. She's taken up athletics and wants to represent New Zealand at the Paralympics.
It'll just mean everything to me because it's been my dream since I was a kid.
Life has its challenges, but Gabrielle knows hard work will lead to success.
If you just sit around and feel sorry for yourself, it's not going to get you anywhere. It may be a sucky situation, but you always just have to look at the positives.
Kia ora, my name is Cyrus DAHL. I am Māori, I'm 14 years old, and I have cerebral palsy. Talking is difficult. Technology is a great help to me. I have asked someone to talk for me because I don't want to sound like a robot.
Cyrus has a whakatauki he lives by. Mā tātou te takaro. Play is for all.
There is a park near my place, but it has nothing that I can play on. I get sad watching other kids play when I can't.
To change that, Cyrus set up a Give a Little page.
We ended up raising over $40,000, enough money to fund about 8 accessible swings for other places around Wellington.
Cyrus's fundraising success led to a nomination for the Wellingtonian of the Year Awards.
And guess who won?
Well done, Cyrus.
The awards night was the best moment of my life.
Victory aside, Cyrus knows future generations of disabled kids will enjoy the benefits of his leadership.
It is so cool to feel the wind in my face and the movement when I'm swinging. Nobody has to hold on to me, and I'm doing it by myself. I am free.
On the 28th of June, 2007, Bryce Dinneen's life was changed forever when he dove into the water and broke his neck.
I smashed my neck up pretty bad. The vertebrae that I broke, the doctor said to me it was like an elephant standing on a tomato. When you're doing tough times in Burwood, they ask you to put photos on the ceiling. I looked up and there were 2 key components of those photos. One were amazing times with friends and family, and the other one had a few fish in it. And I'm like, crikey, how am I going to go and do what I consider a New Zealand pastime?
15 years down the track, Bryce has helped make the outdoors much more accessible to those with disabilities. Welcome aboard Wish for Fish. This 18-metre catamaran is equipped with a wheelchair hoist, an elevator, and is available to anyone with a disability who wants to go for a fish.
That boat will be able to change many, many people's lives. At the end of the day, if you roll with the punches and have the ability to think on your feet, you know, you can achieve anything.
Most workplaces have star employees, but few have supernovas like Sandra Wilson.
Through them?
Yeah, I've finished and then boxed them up.
Yep. Brilliant. Well done.
I love it. I've been there for 28 years. It's like my second family. It's like my big brothers and sisters.
Born with cerebral palsy, Sandra uses a walking frame for mobility, but she's always taken life's challenges in her stride.
I've had a difficult year with surgeries. Come on, Cross, let's have a race.
From time to time, she needs to go to hospital. What strikes me around that is she's a very tough lass who you hear about in hospital 1 minute, next minute she's back at work and doing her thing.
If I didn't have a job, my disability would deteriorate. I believe if you don't use it, you lose it.
It's a winning mindset that has served Sandra well.
Just get on with your life the best way you possibly can, because there's always someone out there a lot worse off than you. Woo!
In the space of just 3 years, Lisa Adams has gone from rookie to Paralympic gold medalist.
And that's a tremendous throw!
It's been wild, man, like the whole roller coaster ride. It's kind of like far out. We worked so hard at this.
You know, it's 3 years of work and choices and sacrifice and, you know, time away from my son.
Lisa was diagnosed with left hemiplegia as a kid. It's a form of cerebral palsy that affects the muscles on the left side of her body. Hard work, a feisty determination and relentless focus have got her to the podium.
You know, I had a gym the first time and I was like, tell me if I'm shit, I'll go back to my old life. But they didn't tell me I was shit, and then kind of just carried on. There wasn't really anything to lose at that point, eh? You know, I was 27 back then.
The way Lisa sees it, there's only one thing worse than failure, and that's regret.
So I think just trying anything and everything, because we're often told what we can't do. You know, honestly, like, what's the worst that can happen? It's never too late to start anything.
Fiona Tolich is fighting for life. She has a motor neuron disease called spinal muscular atrophy, which will eventually rob her of the ability to walk.
It is genetic. You've got to have your mother and your father as both a carrier, and then you've got a 25% chance of winning that genetic lottery, and I was the winner.
There is a cure, a drug called Spinraza. Pharmac has given it a high priority ranking. But after 4 years of fighting, Fiona has been unable to access the drug for herself and many others like her.
I strongly believe that parents shouldn't have to fight for access to treatment. I naively thought that the hardest barrier would be having a drug itself, and I soon discovered that the biggest fight of my life was going to be to try and get access to that treatment.
The toll is best summed up by her son.
I have watched my mum beg for the lives of my friends in the SMA community. There have been times where I have seen her crying when she thought she was alone. I know what her cries might mean. It means she feels defeated, frustrated, or sickened by what is happening. Or in some cases, it means another child has died.
For Fiona, there are way too many lives at stake to give up the fight.
I lifted the lid on a crisis, and I can't put that down. And I do think that I've been blessed with SMA to lift the curse on others.
It's my first time being filmed, so I am a little bit nervous.
Dylan Maiden is a firm believer that you have to face the challenge of disability head on.
I know in the future I'm not going to be able to push a chair and hold my ground in sport, but I'll keep going until I get to that point.
Life changed dramatically for Dylan as a young teenager when he was diagnosed with a rare neurological condition called Friedreich's ataxia. It's affected his speech, movement, and will progressively get worse.
I was a little bit disappointed, but my mother was my big inspiration. She has one bifida. She always told me to stand your ground, don't give up, and that's what I've done. I won a bodybuilding competition in New Zealand. From there on, I decided to take on wheelchair rugby.
For Dylan, life's hurdles and curveballs are what make it worth living.
as someone like me that can do anything, I already feel like I've done enough to make my country proud.
Meet Luka Willems.
Hi, today we're doing the front fuck.
The 18-year-old is a rising YouTube star.
I'm kind of famous now. Thank you for watching. I do some cooking videos. I do swimming. I do skiing. When someone's scared of getting the vaccine, they can log in my video.
Luka is on a mission to encourage everyone to embrace life's adventures.
Verbal communication is really hard, and that's what's so amazing about Luka. He's made his YouTube clip be his voice.
This man of few words lets his videos and actions do the talking.
I saved someone from drowning.
I come out and I see Luka actually going underwater and getting a young child out from under the water, and essentially he saved a young person's life.
Living with disability and inspiring others, it's all part of Luka's YouTube journey.
I'm helping the kids. It makes me happy and proud.
Lauren Dewhurst lives with a rare disability that's caused lifelong pain.
I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and it impacts on my body in a lot of different ways. I have gastroparesis, which means my stomach doesn't work properly. I have postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, which can mean that I faint. I have osteopenia, so weak bones, and I have anaphylaxis, so life-threatening allergies. And I think that's everything, though I may have missed something.
This Otago University student spends more time with doctors than friends. When she's not at hospital or studying, she's keeping a watchful eye on the health and well-being of fellow university students.
Before I became unwell, I was studying to be a paramedic, but I've been able to find something else that I can sort of adapt. And so with my work I do for Are You OK, it means that I can still do some of the same things I was doing on the ambulance.
Lauren's determined her spirit will drive her life, not her disability.
As long as at the end of the day I'm able to make some sort of difference, then I'll be happy.
Music has given Keegan Lewis a powerful voice.
I've been anxious about other stuff, but not singing. Or when I'm on a stage, I'm just so at home.
Keegan, who lives with autism and cerebral palsy, was just 4 years old when he found his voice.
Music is his outlet. Keegan has suffered quite a bit of trauma, mainly in the schooling system, which has created a lot of angst.
Laugh at me, they do. The storytelling behind the lyrics, I've had a lot of people misunderstood me.
Keegan is hopeful his lyrics and his first album, called My Own Voice, will strike a chord and help others embrace everything life has to offer.
No matter how tough the situation gets, it's best to keep carrying on.
Lily Harper is a dancer, an actor and performer.
I love dancing, I love acting, and I'm a big fan of Shaun Street.
For Lily, growing up with Down syndrome wasn't without its challenges.
I don't get bullied now, but I used to be. And I used to have people who would tease me, but when you're in a show, you can show people what you're made of, so that way they won't tease you again.
Be quiet.
Lily's acting skills won her the lead role in the stage production Uptown Girl.
This is the program from Uptown Girl. I play a daughter called Maddie Baker. She has Down syndrome. Her mum wants her to go to college, and she's not keen, but in the end of the show, she ends up going to college.
The way Lily sees it, everyone is different and anything is possible.
Exactly. If you want to be an actor or dancer or someone that you want to be, don't let anyone bully you. You have the right to stand up for yourself, and I say, go for it.
Muscular dystrophy and a lifetime of problem-solving has made Alice Mander a powerful voice in the quest for disabled rights.
I kind of subscribe to what's called the social model of disability, which means that you're not really disabled by your impairment. So I live my life very happily and freely, except if there's stairs.
The scale of the problem became clear when Alice began studying law at Victoria University.
There was a lot of access issues, getting around campus or getting into a lecture theatre, and then got involved in the Disabled Students Association and learnt how structurally ableist tertiary education can be.
COVID-19 has highlighted the disparity that exists between disabled and non-disabled students.
For so many years, we'd been asking for online lectures, and then as soon as COVID hit and it affected everyone, it was such an immediate switch. And so I think that really got me wanting to make a change nationally.
Alice knows she has the power to influence change.
Any decision that affects us, we should be in those rooms, we should be making those decisions, and we should be involved.
Lots of people love sport, but few are as passionate as Alfie Lynn.
I love it. Table tennis, basketball, rugby, cricket, golf, bowls, swimming. I love biking as well. I love bikes.
In 2019, Alfie represented New Zealand in table tennis and was the flag bearer at the INAS Games for people with an intellectual disability.
You only need to see him playing to know why he likes it, and see the people around him to know why he likes it, because he's got that sense of belonging, that being part of a team and being included.
Winning is awesome, but participation is what drives Alfie.
Yes, I do really addicted to sport. Nice words, Nico. Addicted. I love that word.
Just 17 years old, Jaden MOVOLD understands the power of the mind.
It's all about mindset. The things that you aren't able to do only exist if you personally believe that you can't do it.
Born with spina bifida, Jaden has endured 31 major surgeries in his lifetime.
I have a really bad spine curvature, so I had lots of titanium rods in my back, but I've broken them countless times. So in 2018, I had a spinal fusion, so now my back is permanently straight, so no more broken rods, which is quite cool.
Jaden says low expectations from other people drive his determination.
Throughout my life, people have seen me for just my disability, and it's kind of taught me to forget about them, think about what I can do, think about my passions, think about what's my end goal, and see if I can, overcome that.
His fighting spirit has filled his trophy cabinet with academic and sporting silverware. His next goal is representing New Zealand at the Paris 2024 Paralympics.
So when you have a dream, go for it. Don't let anything dim it. Sky's the limit.
I love photography because it is my passion.
Carlos Bigerman views the world with a creative eye.
I have 9,000 photographs, but my favorite will be portraits. It's telling me that the eyes are the window of our soul.
This professional photographer believes people with Down syndrome are capable of anything.
The word I can't, I give up, or I cannot do it, you'll never hear me say that. I have 5 exhibitions. I have published a book called Cumulus. I can speak Spanish, English, Portuguese, German, a little bit of French, and just the basics of Tereo.
Where some see obstacles, Carlos has, and always will, see opportunity.
We can do wonderful stuff. But the people who are sitting on their couches, playing PlayStations, watching TV, that is called disability. For us, we are warriors. We are the future of tomorrow. There's one word: resilience.
If there's a motto that I'd live by, it's if it's something hard, it's definitely worth fighting for.
2 years ago, a terrible workplace accident changed Corbin Hart's life forever.
It was a civil roading accident. I slipped over and my leg got stuck in the side of a machine, got entangled and ripped and shredded to bits. I just wanted to get back to work and do what I was doing. And I was like, nah, I've got to do something better than that.
Corbin picked up a paddle and learned to kayak.
At the start, I was just doing it for my own mental space. And then I was like, nah, this is too good. I like this too much, and then put all my energy into this, and this is what I focused on.
In the space of a year, Corbin mastered the sport and won the right to represent New Zealand at the Paralympics. Corbin is adamant his accident was a blessing.
What's happened for a reason, and I'm a much better person today than what I was. Like, it's a loss, but it's also a positive.
So, this is my first time properly recording, so I'm excited. Okay, recording.
Olivia SHIVAS has carved out a reputation as a journalist, determined to enlighten the public about disability.
So we'll ask that interesting question. What's wrong with you?
I was born with a condition called muscular dystrophy, so all my muscles are weak and I use a wheelchair to get around. Last year, I got a wheelchair Barbie for Christmas, and it was a special moment for me to finally see a toy that I grew up with in a wheelchair that I could relate to. She was sitting in on all our podcast interviews, and it kind of gave me the why about the podcast.
Being upfront about disability means there's no topic Olivia and her co-host Rebecca Dubber won't discuss with their guests.
Another podcast interview.
We really wanted to cover topics that are important to disabled people. Parenting with a disability, or dating and sex, travelling when you're a wheelchair user, booking hotel rooms.
Hello.
Through her work, Olivia seeks to normalise disability and influence Aotearoa to become more inclusive of disabled people.
Pull it down. It gives people hope about potential. All these kind of little individual stories make me realise it was worth it and is meaningful to other disabled people.
That's it for this week. To see all 24 finalists, go to attitudeawards.com. Tune in next Saturday, 4 p.m. on TVNZ1 for a 1-hour special where we reveal our 2021 award winners.
Let's go deliver the news.